Hey guys, Ghost here, Dave here with another Destiny 2 Forsaken video, and today we're going to be looking at another weapon, and it's actually going to be the first exotic weapon that we look at, and that's going to be the Wish Ender Bow, which actually just came out today as of recording this. So let's look at it. First off, as you can notice, it's fucking huge. It's a 900 draw time, which is the longest draw time of any bow, and it's got the Queen's Wrath perk. While aiming down sights with a fully drawn bow, enemies behind walls are highlighted, along with high tension string, anti-taken fletching, which specialized to fight taken targets, which means you're going to be doing increased damage to taken targets, and broadhead, piercing arrowhead. You read that right, piercing. This bow pierces that damages the target on entry and exit. Yes, 2 damage numbers. One shot can over-penetrate multiple targets. And I know right now that this weapon sounds incredible, because it does. And it's a great weapon for PvE. It actually has a little bit of struggle to PvP, but we'll look at that in a moment. Anyways, as you can see, it's huge. And let's actually look at what this does for a second. So first off, taken target, 1337. I feel like that's a joke because it specifically lands late, but check that. 706, 371. And then there's no exit on a kill. But anyways, you saw how that works, so let's look at the weapon in PvP. So really quickly, before we hop into the PvP part of this video, I wanted to show off that the Wish Ender does have another unique thing about it. First off, let's just look at how pretty the drawback is, and how you can see when the arrow is going to fire on the sword. And also, you may have seen these scattered around the Dreaming City, and no matter what you do, they're immune. Well, that's because the Wish Ender is the only thing that can destroy them, and every single time you destroy them, you'll get a piece of Reverie Dawn armor. So starting off, we're going to load into Legion's Gulch, and I'm just going to start by looking at how pretty this weapon is, because this is one of my first games with it, and I'm just admiring it. Anyways, we're going to head up towards the mid of the map, and we're going to instantly rift, because people are always going to rush this with their shotguns. And I'm actually going to look around. Don't really see anyone with the bow. I see one there, and I'm going to peek it to see if I can get a shot off. And I get a shot and a grenade, and that's going to lead to a quick double kill. So that's pretty nice. And I'm just going to use the bow right now to try and figure out where anyone is, if I can see anyone. Because that's what the bow does really well. We see there's somebody on C, and we're able to see exactly where he's going. However, we're going to get hit from the side. We're going to have to run, because I don't want to die this early in the match. I'm going to head over to B, where my team is capping. We're going to see that C has been completely taken behind us. It's not worth jumping over there and getting killed by everyone spawning over there, so I'm going to head to the middle of B, see heavies up, and understand that that's where one of them's going. And I'm able to hit him here, and teammate's able to finish him off. However, I do throw my melee, which would have killed him from there. A shot and a melee, depending on the resilience, most of the time will still kill, which is a synergy that I really enjoy with this weapon. However, we're going to head over and see if anyone's jumping over. See if we can get a sitting duck in the air free kill for us. No, we're not playing duck hunt today, so we're going to head back over to the bridge where the heavy is still up, and guess we are playing duck hunt because somebody does show up, and we're able to use the bow to peek around the corner and get a kill here. He was only able to get one shot on us, and we were able to get both shots on him for the kill, which shows what this weapon does well. I will say that using this weapon feels great, because you get to know exactly where anyone else is, and they don't know exactly where you are. They may see that you're nearby on the radar, but you see them through the wall, you know exactly where they are, and that feels really good. But what doesn't feel good is the fact that this bow has the longest draw time, and doesn't have a better time to kill than most other bows. Granted, you might be able to get the initial peek shot off, but that doesn't stop them from being able to quickly burst you down with a really good scout or a really good auto rifle, or the occasional peeking with a one-shot sniper. However, I'm able to Kobe with my grenade launcher and get an easy kill there, and we're just going to peek, see if anyone's down that middle lane, and there's just this dude on the other side of the wall. I don't know if he's AFK or if he's sitting there with a shotgun, and we're going to go for the shot, melee, and because I didn't headshot him, we don't kill him, and because this bow has such a long draw time, we don't even hit him again. Another strife I have with this bow is the fact that when it's not fully pulled, it is a projectile, and when it's fully pulled, it's a hit scan. And because the pull is so long, sometimes you think you're just getting to the end of it and you fire and it throws a floppy projectile and you miss your mark. And sometimes you think that it's not fully pulled, so you try to lead the target and it's hit scan again. So it just feels a little bit wonky. I know I haven't played with it enough to really get a feel for it, and I'm sure that's something that goes away with time. However, I don't have the time right now. But I will say overall, I like the weapon. I just feel like it could be a little bit better. And at this point, I'm going to be honest, I'm getting a little bit bored. Even though this weapon asks you, please pay patiently with me, because it takes a second to draw back so you get the Queen's Wrath perk and you can see through walls. But I'm getting bored, so I'm going to peek that. I get a shot off on him, but I know I will not win this one. I'm one tap, and I need to land a headshot to finish him. And I Chaos Reach for the Dawn Blade that we actually killed, so I wasted my super, but I'm thrilled nonetheless that we were able to deal with a super effectively. We were able to get a headshot on this dude, and I'm actually surprised that he was going to peek it. I expected him not to, and his buddy shows up, and they're able to pick me off, and they're able to head towards C, which apparently we've all fleed from, so they're going to be able to cap that. But yeah, I wasted my super because, honestly, like, you don't expect your team to deal with Dawnblade that effectively, so I expected I'd do that, but I guess not. So we're going back for my revenge on C, able to pick one off there, and going to try and get the other. However, the other's playing it safe, and he's actually going to win this war, because I'm going to look up, because he was up there, and he apparently fell right down like a rock right after that, because he was not up there. So that's bad on my part. And we're going to spawn in, I'm going to hear a Spectral Blades, and I'm going to be able to quickly find out where he is, because I heard him, and then I was able to see him, and for some reason, he goes through the jets, and just books it the fuck out of here. I do not know why, I cannot tell you. However, we hear someone jump over here, our teammate killed him already, and another one comes, and we're able to see exactly where he was going. We're going to go for the melee, and luckily my teammate saves me here, because my second melee there seemed like it was going to be whiffing. So we're going to head up towards heavy because they're going to be going for it, and I hear somebody jump over, so I'm like, okay, you know, we'll take this. He pops his super, we try and get a shot off, and we miss. And honestly, sometimes I wish this weapon was full-time projectile, because I would be able to lead targets around walls, be able to hit them, and will not be peeking myself, which would make this weapon a lot more effective if they didn't have a quicker chance to burst me down when I still need to land 2 shots. If I could shoot shots and simply hit people as they're coming around the corner when I'm no longer peeking with this weapon, I think it would be a lot better, at least for me. Or at least then I wouldn't feel this awkward middle ground between the fact that sometimes it's projectile and sometimes it's hit scan. But this is just a me complaint. You may not feel the same way with this weapon. You might click with it instantly. I'm used to the faster firing bows, and I'm, as you can see, just going to whiff all my shots here. And for some reason, I decide I'm going to pursue him. This normally doesn't end well. However, in this case, he's able to scare a teammate off the point, and I'm able to finish him off before he's able to finish my teammate off. And at this point, I'm realizing I still haven't discussed how you get this weapon. For those of you who do not know how to get this weapon, you get this weapon by going and completing the dungeon in the Dreaming City, which is brand new. And then after you do that, you get a mission which takes you to Four-Horn Gulch, and you do a lot of other stuff, and I do not have the time to discuss all the ins and outs of that. If you want to know how you get this weapon, there are other videos on YouTube here that are more descriptive than I and actually show you what you're supposed to be doing and will make your life a ton easier. So if you want to see how to get this weapon, this is not the video for that. This is simply reviewing the weapon after I've already gotten it. And in the time I was talking, I was able to get 2 kills there, most of them being one shot with the bow itself and then another hit with an ability or a grenade, because that's what this weapon does really well, and that is putting somebody in one-shot range for any of your other abilities or most of your allies' weapons, pretty much any weapon your allies using as long as they can land their shots with it. And right here, we're just going to look around to see if we can figure out where anyone is. And we see one dude through the wall here. And the bow fires because I was holding it for too long. And we see there's somebody on the radar here. It's still the same guy. And right as we're going up to him, he finally gets taken down by our teammates here. And we're going to play towards B. And I'm going to make up for my garbage super earlier, because I know they're on B. We were able to kill the dude with heavy. And we're able to pick off another dude next to him as well. Able to reset point B, load the heavy ourselves. And we're able to get ourselves into a firefight that I really don't want to take, seeing as I lost my shield and I have one shot and I do not want to miss my chance to blow. However, I end up deciding that we're going to go back to it because we have a teammate pushing and we're able to land a grenade on B, and they were able to cap it that quickly even after the reset. We're able to strip someone's shield. I whiff a shot there because I thought it wasn't fully pulled, so I shot it as a projectile and it was hit scanned there. And then we get pushed from behind. And because we didn't waste the heavy there because I wanted to use the bow instead, they're able to load off my body. However, we're going to head straight to mid, see if we get sight on them here, which we should be able to. And we see one, do not have time to shoot him. However, And we're just going to keep looking around to see if we can see people through walls. And we do see one dude heading towards C here, and we see that C was just being capped a second ago. So we're able to see him sitting on C. However, we don't really get to push here because that would involve, again, the fact that this weapon just does not draw back quick enough. I can't get 2 shots to kill quick enough for that to be worth doing. So we have to hope that he peeks us first, because those are really the only fights that you should be taking with this weapon. Fights where you know when someone's around the corner and when they're the ones to peek and you get the first shot on them. Because if they peek and they get the first burst on you, unless they miss their next upcoming burst, you're not going to be winning that fight. We're able to kill one here, and if the team didn't finish him off right there, we would have finished off a second. And we're going to head straight towards mid here because the match is coming to a close, and I want to get some more kills with this weapon because it is fun. There's one dude mid here, and we're able to quickly get off both shots on him because he leaped into the air instead of just holding his ground and trying to shoot back at me. We're going to head over towards B because I'm sure somebody's over here, and if not, we can grab the point. There's one dude here. I'm going to whiff one shot, going to whiff a second shot. We're going to hit the third, we're going to hit the fourth, but it doesn't matter anymore because he's in his super, and he's so low, and our ally there cannot do the little bit of damage that he needs. If I would have landed a headshot with the second shot, that might have killed him. I believe it would have, but I do not, so that is unfortunate. However, we're going to head over onto the bridge here. We hear that there's someone under us, and I'm going to be honest here. I thought I had my super, so I see this dude, and I click my super button, and obviously I don't. I land a shot on him, but I do not land my melee, but we are able to finish him off thanks to a teammate. Spawning back in, 30 seconds left to the match, and we see there's an arc staff here. I'm able to see him right here, and luckily his super's going to run out. We're going to finish him off. We're going to head to C just for the end of the match, make sure we're holding this, get as many points as we can, because there's no way we bring this back, but I don't want to lose that horribly, you know. So we're going to head to mid here now. Going to see if we can see anyone there. 2 people, thanks to the actual radar, not the gun itself. Able to headshot one here. See, trying to figure out where the other one is. He's right there with a sniper. Headshot him, and a teammate's able to finish him off. And that's a double kill for the end of the match. And we're going to head back over to C. See, there's somebody nearby. But this is the end of the match, so I'm just going to strut, as I always do. Overall, I think this weapon is incredibly cool. I think it's a lot of fun to use. I just feel like it could be better. I don't think it's bad by any means, but it definitely encourages more passive play. And I like to get in there. I like to do work and get in there and have quick time to kills, which it doesn't. But this is the part of the video where I plug my Twitch, my Instagram, and my Twitter. If you like the video, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, like if you want to, comment if you want to, and leave a suggestion on any weapon you want to see me review down in the comments below. And I'll probably take you up on it the second I get a good roll on it, because I'm dying to make more videos because this has been pretty fun. And by no means do you have to actually do any of the stuff I just told you. It just, you know, directly affects my everyday life and self-esteem.